I'm Beth Ann, 78, and this is my little teeny tiny house on our big giant base. I've been building this base for 2 years with shrubs, and we're getting ready to end this season, and so moving on to 120. So I thought it would be fun to get to give everybody a tour, finish up my final tasks, and then get ready for the big switch where there's going to be some changes. Some things are going to be very different next season. So buckle up, guys. It's going to be a fun ride, but going to be very different for me. So let's go ahead and we will run around. And I'm going to give you a quick tour. This was my house that I literally built 2 weeks ago. I've been living just in random beds all around our base that we have. So when we landed here, I'll go where we landed. We'll kind of start from the beginning with this base. We kind of came up here. We see this beautiful area, and there weren't any of these trees. You can't tell, they're born azaleas, because this is a sparse jungle. It's the jungle, the outskirts of the jungle, whatever that name is for this. And we found the one tree right there, which I've been trying to help clean up some of the vines, but you know how vines on jungle trees are. So we started around here. We explored that cave down there. We first went down that way to get in there until I created a little mob farm right here, as well as a generator, and until we got our ladders going. You can see the mob farm. The mob farm's pretty fun. I go in here. It's built on a chunk, sadly, like a chunk border, so it's a little laggy because of the redstone. We've changed the redstone a couple of times on it to make it, because I have it to where it flushes water on 2. If I turn off, it gets less laggy. But we kept going down. We found little areas. That was originally where the mob farm fed into, and we'd have to go down there and manually kill, which you get better drops that way. This was a level for iron and copper when I needed that for a build. Oh, our passive squid farm, which I built as well. See, they flush, they spawn. There's glass over there in the dark, and then they go over and they give us squid. They give us glow ink. So this one was a really nice little easy one. Hasn't been loaded, and shrubs needed the ink for something. Lag spike rail. Travel to North Bay area. Hold your breath. I forgot shrubs is building a rail around, which is sweet. So right over here, you can see this is the system that sends items up. Right here, this is another little cave that needed lit up. We tried to light up all the caves. Let's see if I can get out of here. A little bit of a maze back here. There we are. Go down a little bit further. And I'll show you the cool little thing that I put in here, because we've got a water stream running all the way down. So that this one was my level. And then Shrubs was down on the bottom. He had the better one, but both of us have systems where we can just drop in items and it goes up into the sorter from down here, which is great. Super, super useful because you don't have to go back up to the surface. I gotta remember, his is a little more, goes in a bunch of directions. And then, yeah, originally you can see I have my chests here. I just go around here. Here's my level that I can just drop in stuff and mine away. Whee! Kind of opened up into a cave here. Yep. Works great if you need diamonds. I don't think I have anything left in these chests. Let's double check. Pretty sure I emptied them all. Yep, I did. So let's go back up. So now you see that. I'll show you where these things come out, because that's part of the cool system of all of this. Is that I worked on creating a pretty good sorting system so that it would just go where I needed it to, and I didn't have to worry about emptying my pockets, because I am really bad about that. So the items come up in here, and they first go over this part of the sorter. You can see them. It's fun when they come up because you can see them go around. And we get our arrows, which I just emptied. Got a couple already. Bones. Got some string. So it's kind of nice, this stuff. I mean, the witch mobs don't drop a whole lot, so the glowstone is low. We do get chicken, though, occasionally. You can see there with the feathers. I was using those for sticks, our concrete powder, or gunpowder, and some slime balls. And then we've got up here, the sorting system comes up and gives us all of our mined items. Right through here. The one thing we have not found yet is deep slate ore, which makes me sad. This will be incomplete. I love how optimistic I was that we would have this much deep slate ore. But I wanted it to have a spot in the sorter to keep life interesting. I thought about this being a rich, so if you emptied your pockets, even though you're not going to be mining quartz down there. So there's a spot in it. You can, right here, I built this spot where you can, if you've got items in your pockets, you can empty in here and it goes through the whole sorter, which keeps life easy. Now we have some items like sand and that type of stuff I just manually add in. Yeah, there's all the mineable blocks, as well as then a spot to put variants as you create them. So it's nice to have all that. So let's go look at Shrubs' base. Right here. Oh, it's night again. These days are going so fast. Our original farm. If you saw my short, my PSA, this is the farm where the cows got struck by lightning and took out half the cows. So while Shrubs was busy building his base, I was building those things. And then I built this iron farm right here, as well as a villager breeder. You can hear Kevin. Kevin's our zombie who lives here. So we got villagers. We put water. Because there was so much water above, I was like, let's just make this a dripstone farm too. So we get dripstone. It's interesting. I guess the corners don't have enough water on them to create the dripstone, but have the farm ready to go. Put these beds up here. I never use those beds. I thought that would be like my bedroom. So let's drop down. And you see all the beautiful villagers. We sit right, I guess, on a border between plains and jungle. So we get both villagers in our little world, which is fun. I think it gives us a little bit of variety. I think if I did this again, I would find it really fun to put this in the middle of 3 biomes to get like 3 different kinds of villagers, but we'll see what happens there. So look, all of these guys, most of them will trade you iron, which is nice. Right here. So they're here. We'll sleep real quick, make it day. Okay, there you go. Built that. Let's go look at Shrubs. I'm going to have to fly to see that one. I'll eat a carrot here and I'll fly over there. Shrubs decided to tell a story with his base. And so he built this wizard's tower right here, which is cool and fun. You can see it's super tall. But the story was that the wizard got into some stuff he shouldn't have. And that's why the tower is kind of in ruins now. There was also a dragon right here who tried to eat lots of riches and in his greed choked to death. So he's right here facing off against the wizard. You can see all the riches that he's got in there. Well, that's a fun story that he told with that. He had a base well before I did. I was just living off of beds wherever I happened to be. Just making that base that I started in a few minutes ago. Like, as I said, a couple weeks ago. This is my newest build right here because I'm working on some shops and finishing those up, and we'll be getting to that in a little bit. There are my Fletchers. We have all the arrows for that. That took a minute. And we've got, what's the sign? Sign in case you need a way to leave a message. Okay. So up here is the Knowledge's Tower. And we put all the smart people in there. And then this is where I finally cleaned up my chest monster and allows me to get into the storing system from right here easily. So in here we have librarians, cartographers, and clerics all ready to go. And part of the neat thing with this, I'm going to go upstairs here. We have rotten flesh automatically coming in right here. So you can see that. So they're ready to trade with these guys. So I don't have to think about it. And then, bring it down. Over here, also going into the sorting system because we have an enchanting area. From the mob farm, we go back here, also going through our items you will need for making potions and things that come through. So this is where all the spider eyes are. More gunpowder. We'll put our gunpowder in right there. Sugar. I did get more sugar than I thought, and then empty bottles. Okay. Again, these are just from the mob drops that we get. So this is our enchanting room. We fill in the lag. This is just part of what's that mob farm that I did not build as well as I should have on the chunk border, causing issues. But having all the beautiful trades is really nice. And we're on top of that sorting system. Well, now the other big sorting area that I created for this village. Oh, we got to say hello to Stan. Stan's gone. I think the bee killed Stan. I had a bee over here, and bees and pufferfish fight. Darn. Because the bee had a flower, he wasn't coming over here. R.I.P. Stan. So Stan was our pufferfish. That literally was just in a puddle of water like this, and he killed 3 people, and now 2 bees, and died himself. R.I.P. Stan. Next, the biggest thing I built after all of that was I did a greenhouse, and this is built after Tango's idea, Tango Tech, that he did where he had bees working with the villagers to grow wheat and seeds, got a minecart going underneath, and so we get great amount out of there. That works well. So I get honey and honeycomb. It feeds over into here. I've got a sorting system running underneath. We're going to need this later. Before I can gather, I can. Now, if you look through here, this is inside of the silos. I have farmers working in there to do beets, potatoes, and carrots. So they're doing all of that beautiful work, as well as there's a chicken farm, a kelp farm, a bamboo farm. I mean, there's so many farms in that, melons and pumpkins and everything, just running all the time. So it just sorts over here nicely. I've also got things that I trade with villagers for so that it's easy to get. And then when there's overflow, so between the seeds and the wheat, which you can't see on this side, there's a hopper and a composter that goes down. So when those are overflowing, it goes into there, as well as here. When these are overflowing, it's turning into bone meal. So I have that lovely item as well. This has been great. I can normally just come over here, grab a couple of things, do quick trades, fix tools, all the bits I need. They're all super leveled up. Get my carrots. I thought about having pens in here for donkeys and mules as well. Sadly, didn't ever get a donkey or a mule in the game. So I've got horses, and I was ready. Now, you can see that I never got around to making the sorting system pretty. I always had a plan to do it, but I've had to work on it so many little times that it's been easier just leaving it open. I now have a pier down here. This was brand new, and we thought it would be neat to have it. I never decorated it because we've only had it for like a week. I was going to decorate it to look more a little touristy. So we've got some little tourist shops selling us clothes. You can see the outfits that they think are like the hot new items that everybody needs right now. As well as the fishmongers over here ready. They're just called fishermen. Most of them want to sell you acacia boats. Don't know why they all wanted to do acacia boats, but this was my original fishing spot, which was a happy spot. So I made a little waterfall here to remember it. You can see we've got such a pretty view right here. I like the warm ocean. And so now if I want to, and we've been joking about this the whole time on Twitch, that, you know, if I hit 15 subs on Twitch, I'm going to do a 12-hour fishing stream. So I've got a safe area here with a conduit to fish all my fishing delights right here and not have to worry about any bad guys coming to attack me. My fishing poles are in this right here. I've got two because I lost one, so I had to make a new one. So that's the pier. And finally, we'll go up to the last build over here. You did see a fishing farm if you were watching carefully. It doesn't work. I was hoping it would. It does not. It was a waste of time. I keep it up, even though it doesn't work, as a reminder not to try to do things the easy way sometimes. Sometimes it's better to do things the right way. So, eat. I love building wool farms, and it took me way too long in this game to get a wool farm going, but I'm so happy that it's here. I have a way to get in the back to stock it easily. And this is where I built our factory. Now, our factory is designed to be helping to create all of these beautiful color items. And I've been working to stock a color store. So I have 4 stores over in the shopping district. Technically, we have 2 booths as well, but they're silly. And one is the bodega, I built like a grocery store where I was selling all the foods. That was the reason for building the barn. The other was the bodega, where it sells archery accessories. And then the third was the bonedega, your one-stop hostile mob drop shop. So I was trying to get all the hostile mob drops in the store. So we'll be going over to the shopping district in a minute. I was over here and realized I have not moved the concrete powder over yet. I will not have time to make actual concrete, so that will not be stocked in the store. But I have done all of the terracottas. If you've seen the Terry short, here's Terry right there. Hi, Terry. Done all the candles, carpets, wools, glass, and I've gotten most of the glass panes done. And we have dyes. So this is what I'm going to be working on for a little while. I'm not going to make you watch me have to go harvest all of that. So hopefully I'll just be able to stand right here, spin around just like that. Here I am in our shop. I have got all of the items are created. I've got to now get them all here. You can see I've kind of loaded up my inventory as much as I can with our items. This is going up here. The shop still needs to be decorated. This is my color shop. I have been working really, really hard on this, guys. So there's going to be pink, red. There we go. Let's just start getting these all placed. Let's see. Next will be... Oh, I forgot I can place these right next to it. Do I go black? Yes, I do do black. Okay, they are following the order. There we go. All of this is here. Let's start unboxing all of these fun goodies. Here we are. I finished up. Now, the paintings were something quick because I don't have time to finish all of the decorating in here that I necessarily wanted to do. This world literally ends today. Tomorrow we start in 120. So I am really, really, really up against the clock, but I have done it. All of the shops are stocked. I finished the shops. Look, my wool wall. I love that wool wall right there. I haven't even checked to see if these ever made a sale. But let's go ahead and I'll give you a quick tour. Oops, one too many F5s. There we go. Okay, so over here, we've got the dye. I could go get a blue orchid. I don't have time to go find that to get the light blue, as well as I thought about putting a stick in for brown. And I have no wither roses for black dye. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of have something that grows. Obviously, in the next one, we'll have something for cyan dye right there that'll go in that planter, which will be nice. So all the wool, all the dye. We've got all of the glass, including the panes, in. And then we come up here, all the candles, all of the terracotta, including plain terracottas in the middle right there, but look, glazed and regular, and all of the concretes in here. So we can take down the concrete coming soon sign now. Woohoo! That's now gone, and look at this. It looks so pretty. Now, I didn't get full boxes. That would have been my ideal, but it is what it is. The time is done. So at least there is something. It is stocked. So let's go to the other shops. This was our fish and chip shop that we made. It was kind of a joke that you get all three of these. Because where we're from, a lot of times you'll have a fish sandwich and baked potatoes the closest thing you can get to chips in here. So you get one of each in those. We also have some pork chops in here too, because Shrubs has his pork chop from hazardous to your health. So morning eating raw and undercooked pork can be hazardous to your health. So here is the original bodega right here, designed to kind of feel like a little bodega. It sells all of the food. I've even put up a Prop 65 warning, being a joke to our time in California. We have pickles. We have cans of beans. So that's what these are in here. You can see on the other side here we got signs: Natto, Heinz, and butter beans. Block of raw gold, block of raw iron, and blocks of raw copper, all stocked in there. Here's more. This is like dry goods right here with fish and dairy with the milk. Then you go upstairs, and it was supposed to be like a hot bar area where like you could eat. I was thinking about making it go all the way up to the roof here for dining. I was going to have utensils with forks, knives, and spoons, with these being shovels, these being swords, and these were going to be tridents. Never got around to getting the tridents. Fun idea. But we have hot soups, and then we have all the cooked items right here that you could get to make your little meal. So there we are. So that was the bodega. We got next door. And then we've got the bodega, which Shrubs just got me a skeleton horse, which I'm really sad we just got it because I absolutely adore skeleton horses. So he's just going to live in the bodega, which is kind of good for him. So this is Hostile Mob Drops. So this is main overworld, okay, right here on this floor. Then you go up and you have the nether mobs in here. And then upstairs, you go up one more, and it's deep dark mobs. Right here, so you got Skulk Veins, all of this fun stuff here. So all of these right there. I thought this was just such a fun little build. It turned out so good. I was really happy for as simple as it was. It's not a huge, it's small. Like, you know, you can see it's not a lot of square footage in here. But everything fits. It's fun. Looks kind of spooky from the front right here. And then we have the bodega in here where you can get your archery supplies right here. So crossbows, bows, arrows, target blocks, and then all of the arrows right here. So all of that there. The top floor doesn't have anything. It's just empty. And I'll go outside and let you see this. We can hear the horse. You can kind of see all of the build here. So see, it was kind of a fun little 3 building for my little silly bit that I made. And the color shop was going to have more. I was going to put like maybe some banners on the outside. I wanted it to be kind of look like boxes, kind of all stacked on top of each other. So there it is. All done. So now I'm going to go back to the base, get my boxes emptied, and I have to come up with what is going to be my special item, because there's something I've got to do. I've got to find where they are. I think they're over here. This is Shrubs' area. I think it's here. Nope, it's not here. It's the moss bank. That's Shrubs' hot tub. He made it out of all of the expensive bits. Here it is. Okay. Found it. Okay. So what we have to do, this is the 120 preparation pill shop. Limit 1 per player, no seconds. Do not consume until your last day before server update. Okay. Cost 1 precious item. So we have to come up with a precious item. So I went back to the base, put everything away. That took forever. Then I went visited the villagers so that I could trade a little bit, so all of my gear would at least be like new, you know, all back and charged up and ready to go. I took it off, put it in my, put it in the chest by my bed. Then I slept for one last nice sleep in my bed. Then I started pacing, trying to figure out what in the world could I trade for that wonderful 120 bill so that we can go into the next world. And then it dawned on me, it was right outside my window. My fishing rod, that's my most precious item that I've got. I love fishing. It's one of my favorite things in the game. So I went down, got the fishing rod, and then went and got that potato. And now here I am, here with my potato, ready to swim across the ocean. Why? This was where I was going to build my mega base that I never got to doing because I realized I wanted to do it in a different biome, that I thought it would be more fun if it was in birch. We don't have a birch forest. So here's hoping that in 120 maybe I'll get a birch forest. I don't know. But we spent all this time clearing the land for it, so I thought it might be nice to go over here and at least see this giant thing. I think we may have all of these. I think there still are chests over here. I also didn't think it would take this long to swim across. I'm not the best swimmer. I don't go underwater like you're supposed to where you swim faster. I'm scared to death of drowning. There we go. We're here. So let's see. Yep, all the chests are still here. Our beds. So I'm going to look at our base one last time. We'll go into F5 here. Let's eat this potato. Oh, I don't feel so good.